Hello people of the internet, I'm Slarak Dragon and welcome back to Beyond Earth. When we last left off, we had just founded our outpost of Q-Yin and had gotten our lay of the land, so we have the two civs that we're actually going to be killing right on the same landmass as us, so this should be fun. We'll go to our next turn and allow things to pass by. We should actually get some military units to gear up for attacking Cidadella, but we don't really have the ones needed. We're gonna need some artillery and rangers since it's not a coastal city. But for now, we can get the Marines stationed nearby there. So yeah, move our Marines nearby. But enough about the game. I'm sure that's what you're not what you're here to listen to. You're here to listen to me talk about other stuff. So, how is everybody doing? I hope you're doing fine. Got some feedback recently on most of my videos, so that was really great to see. I love getting feedback from you guys. I mean, I haven't gotten much, true, but the little that I have gotten, it helps me know that I'm doing things right. Because I know I've said it a lot before, but your feedback can help make my videos better. Because once I know what you all like, I'll be able to change it. But enough about videos itself. Let's talk about some recent news with me. League of Legends, the season just recently ended. Season 4 for those of you that don't really know. And for more about those of you that don't really know, seasons in League of Legends is pretty much, it lasts for most of the year and it's the competitive season. So it's kind of like any sort of game's competitive season. Even a sports competitive season, and there's the ranked queues in it, and by thanks to my brother actually, because he had a friend that was in need of doing the ranked queues still, and
what's ours is yours.
You can't really do ranked queues with a ranked account, I think, so he needed an account, so I let him use my account. He got all 10 wins in the qualifiers, I guess they're called, and got me to the golden rank, which means I got the victorious Morgana skin. Yep, I got the skin for my favorite league champion. I've always liked playing Morgana. She's a really good champion, and I don't like that. I don't play her support either. I play her straight down the mid. Her stun, I'm very good with that skill shot. Like, I can hit somebody probably 7 times out of 10, I can hit someone with Morgana's skill shot easily enough. It's kind of cool, too, that I can do that. I mean, I know a lot of people don't use Morgana for that. She's become more of a support role for some odd reason. I don't know why. I mean, she's a great mid lane champion. She has enough crowd control with her Q. She does massive amounts of minion damage with her W. Her E is a good shield, and she's got a killer ult that can be used in team fights or when being ganked. So, I don't really know, but yeah, I got that victorious Morgana skin, so I'm happy with that. I doubt I'll be able to reach gold on my own, to be perfectly honest. I'm not super good of a player. I got 30, but beyond that, I was kind of afraid to try ranked play because I knew I was gonna suck. But thankfully, my brother was there, and he took care of it. He's pretty good at League, too. He got everything I required, and only had to pay him. Well, actually, I didn't even have to pay him. It was his birthday present to me, so that was nice of him to do. But, yeah, that's pretty much League. I'm going to be trying, actually, to get much better for the Season 5. Preseason's already up. I'm not starting that yet, but who knows, maybe if I do get good enough with League, I could record and post videos of it, or maybe just live stream to Twitch, because I know that's a fairly popular thing to do, though I'm not really sure how I feel about Twitch, to be perfectly honest. Apparently, I'm not sure if this is a bug or something, but with their systems, if you watch any Twitch live stream, and then stop watching it, like you close your internet browser, it continues to download at a rate of 1 megabyte per second Twitch live streaming to your computer. Yeah. So even when you're not watching it, it's doing 1 megabyte per second. So think about that. 60 megabytes per minute, you're going to be reaching gigabytes in like 10 minutes time. Or 20 minutes time, you're going to be at around, what, 1 gig of memory already used? Yeah. That really sucks for people that have a low bandwidth. And for those of you that don't know, bandwidth is pretty much how much data you're allowed per month. I mean, the past 3 months, I think it was, my parents were getting completely overcharged with our cable bills because it kept going over by like 350 gigs every month, and we had a 350 gig plan. So we were using 700 gigs of internet a month, and neither my brother or I download anything near that much. So we talked to the people on the phone, tried to figure out what the problem could possibly be, and wouldn't you know it, they mentioned the whole Twitch thing, and it was like a big shock. I mean, my brother uses Twitch more than I do, so he was certainly in for a shock, and the fact that my parents pretty much said, okay, you are not allowed to go on to Twitch anymore, was kind of sad for him, because he listens to Twitch to fall asleep at night. Yeah, it's a little strange, but it's what he does, so, I mean, he's certainly not happy about not being able to listen to Twitch at night anymore, but he's adjusting, I suppose, and it's really for the best. I mean, you don't really want to go over 350 gigs a month, especially with me now uploading YouTube videos as well. Sure, I managed to figure out how to compress them finally, because I'm using Fraps to record my videos, which is what most people use, and Fraps makes ridiculously large video sizes. Like, my first video, the first Civ video I recorded, I had recorded that very night. I recorded that hour of footage the very night it was released. And I was all excited about it. I was thinking, okay, I'm going to post this and be one of the first people to post it. But wouldn't you know it, it was saying it was going to take, like, I don't know what it was, like 2.5 days, because I looked later, the file was over 100 gigabytes large. And I was just like, that can't be right. That's ridiculously large. So, but being the naive fool I was, I let it go by, and by morning it still was barely done anything. So I kept letting it go until eventually I just got tired of waiting. So that's when I finally checked the video size and saw that it was the 100 gigs. And then I did some math and found that my home network only uploads at a rate of 2 megabytes per second. Yeah. So I was gonna be in for a stupidly long wait before I could even think about having my first video uploaded. So I did what any logical person would do and looked on the internet to see if I could find out some ways to reduce video size, and wouldn't you know it, there were a ton of ways. I eventually ended up downloading the VDub software and the Xvid software, and through them I was able to compress my video length so that my 100 gigabyte video was like less than 5 gigabytes. Isn't that something? I don't know what it is about Fraps that causes such large video files, but all I know is that I'm grateful beyond belief that I found how to reduce the sizes, because otherwise you wouldn't be getting these videos as fast as you are. It would be taking... You wouldn't be seeing a video every day. You'd be seeing like a video every other day if you're lucky. But everything's turned out for the better in the end, so can't really complain. Figure out all that I need to know about recording. Now I just need to figure out how to edit videos. That's going to be quite the task probably, but I'm sure with time I'll be able to figure it out. If I remember correctly, actually, another YouTuber I watched, MatPat, or the Game Theorist, I'm pretty sure that at the end of one of his videos, he mentioned something about video editing and how there was some kind of online program, so maybe I'll check that out. Be able to get some good ending slates, maybe some intro slates or something. most of the thumbnails I'm using for these videos are actually just screenshots that I converted into JPGs. So maybe I'll learn how to make custom thumbnails, and I still have to make an actual logo for my channel and some background art and stuff, but I'm new to the game, so it's no real surprise that I don't have all of this stuff right away. I mean, with time comes experience, and with experience comes these things, so I expect that probably within a month or so I should actually have a channel logo, and maybe after that, who knows, might have some background art, might have learned editing well enough that I can get some stuff done. So, be looking forward to that, I hope. You all will be. But, thing is, I'm not really good with art in most senses of the word. Like, I suck at drawing, and I don't think I could do digital drawing, so I might commission somebody to make something for me. Or I could ask my dad, I suppose, to draw something up, because years ago he was a tattoo artist, so he has a lot of cool drawings, and he knows how to draw some cool stuff, so who knows, maybe I'll get him to draw me up something and I can post that as my channel art. How did you guys like that? Maybe you would all like to submit something for my channel art? I mean, I know some YouTubers do that kind of stuff, and I really see no problem with doing it, but there is a requirement. Of course, there has to be. There's always a requirement for these kinds of things. Clearly, it can't be lewd in any sense of the word. It also has to have a dragon on it, a white dragon. Not an Eastern dragon, but a Western dragon, because dragons are pretty much my thing. I love dragons. Dragons are in my name. If I could be any creature, I would choose to be a dragon, all that good stuff. So, if you want to submit some channel art, a dragon, white dragon, white Western dragon has to be in it in some way, shape, or form. But beyond that, go ahead and go crazy. If you guys think you can come up with something cool, show me, and we'll see how we go from there. We gotta declare hostility on Farbase 1. When do we get that quest, actually? Oh, it's right there. We'll start attacking it once we get artillery. So, but, yeah, that's pretty much that. What else? What else do I have I can talk about right now, or just talk your ears off for a little bit? Let's see. Talked about League. I actually have some conversation topics written down for me, for like things I can say, but oh, here it is. Dragon Age Inquisition. I know in my last video I said that it was looking like I might not be able to do the whole HDMI cable thing, but well, it occurred to me just like today while I was at work that I had gotten my dad his Christmas present a few months early, so I was thinking, because Dragon Age Inquisition, I read the IGN review, seems like a really cool, really long, really fun game, and it was like, man, I really want to play this, but there's the HDMI cable thing, and blah da da da, and then my mind just went to, wait a second, I have, my parents still gotta get me a Christmas present. Sure, it might be a little early to ask for it, but there's nothing saying I can't ask for my Christmas present early, especially since my dad got his from me early. So I figured today I'd ask, and I asked my dad. He said, we'll think about it, because they know that I'm trying this whole YouTube thing, and they're supportive of it. They just say that when school comes around, I better not let my studies be neglected, and I don't plan on it. Wait, why did I do that? Stupid me. I don't plan on neglecting my studies at all, but, yeah. So, who knows, you might all be seeing the, Dragon Age Inquisition after all. All I need to do is convince my parents to get me it in time for it to actually be by the time it's released. Or before it's released. Yeah, before it's released. Duh, not by the time it's released. So if I can get the HDMI capture card before it's released, I'll test it out a bit. And once I have figured out how to fully use it, you guys can expect Dragon Age Inquisition, and who knows, they might not get it to me right on time, but I could record sessions late, maybe a week or so after the game, after
Your
the fact.
village was
But
ever ruined by...
it seems like it'll be a really big game, so unless some YouTuber just, like, a completionist YouTuber, unless a completionist YouTuber just gets it straight at its release and records it non-stop for 3 days, they're not gonna be done with the game. It's apparently that big. According to the IGN review, they had put 90 hours into the game and still weren't done with it yet. Yeah. That just tells me it's an impressive game. Sure, they said that the plot falls away in a couple places, but I mean, I'll be the judge of that. If the plot really does fall away, I'll be able to determine it, because I'm pretty good with the plot, and I like the game, so I know how stuff is supposed to generally be, and from what I heard, it's mainly more of an RPG. It's got the Dragon Age Origins feel, RPG-ish feel of it, rather than the Dragon Age 2 feel of it. And Dragon Age 2 was, quite frankly, a bit of a disaster, because it... Not to say I didn't like it, but I just didn't find it as enjoyable as the first Dragon Age. It was missing something. It was missing, it was just missing the whole point. Like, in the original Dragon Age, you're introduced to the Grey Wardens, you're introduced to the Blight, and all of these many choices. And when Dragon Age 2 was released, it was like, oh, your choices will, in Dragon Age Origins, will have some impact. So people were hyped for that, and Origins was a great game. You got to choose your race, you got so much interaction with your companions that people just ate it up. It was an amazing game, but then Dragon Age Origins 2 was actually released, and to be quite honest, it didn't live up to people's expectations. I mean, you were stuck as a human, and you were forced to choose between the three classes. Well, the three classes was really no surprise. That was the same as Origins, but you're stuck as one race, and the whole fighting system, it just didn't lack. It lacked the tactics. It didn't lack tactics. It lacked tactics that Origins had. You could just spam spells and get everything accomplished pretty much. So it was kind of disappointing in that respect. But I mean, the graphics were certainly a kick up from Origins. I'll give it that much. It was much better looking than Origins, but beyond that, there's not much really that was better. I mean, you didn't have the character interactions, the romance, which I know some people are rolling their eyes to romance in video games, but that's something BioWare's pretty known for, is their romance in the video games, but the romance was not even there pretty much. Characters were just bad. Well, that's the whole thing with the romance. The characters were bad. The plot was okay, I suppose, but the map areas, they kept recycling the same maps over and over again, and it was just really restrictive, and it felt like such a small game. That's why I only played through one playthrough of Dragon Age 2, but I've done multiple playthroughs of Origins, and actually, for Inquisition, I'm going to be replaying both games so I can get a fresh start on all of them, fresh everything. Like, I'm probably going to do some of the same options, and I'll just say those options right now, since I'm not planning on publishing Origins videos. You should expect to see, well, you won't, I don't know if you will see, but my warden will be a human mage. I know I said, oh, you're always restricting you to humans, but the fact that Hawk, which is the protagonist from 2, is related to the human mage origin, I don't know, that kind of seems cool to me. It gives more of an interconnectability. in my opinion. So yeah, it'll be a human mage. No interest. For the choices, Mage Tower, clearly the mages have gotta come out on top in that. We're probably going to make a deal with the Desire Demon because I really don't, when it comes to the Redcliffe thing, we'll use blood magic to get the whole Redcliffe thing done, sacrificing that, oh, I should say right now, I should have said earlier, there's going to be spoilers for Dragon Age Origins in this, so if you don't want to listen, go ahead and tune out, but I'll be sacrificing that Arlesta that everybody hates, she's a snob, to do the blood magic to enter and get rid of the Desire Demon by making a pact with her. The dwarves, excuse me, I plan on actually letting, I'm gonna let the golems keep going. I'm going to make, see, this is one of the problems with Origins. It's just been so long since I've actually played it that I can barely remember some things, but I'm not going to be letting Harrowmont, I believe it was, on the throne. It's going to be the guy that's not supposed to be on the throne because
what's ours is
I feel
yours.
he seems more progressive than Harrowmont was. Balin, I think it was? I think it was Balin. I think I'll be letting King Balin. Clearly I'll be siding against the Golem Paragon and be going with the crazy woman that wants to make golems. Because the golems during the final fight are an amazing thing. When it comes to the Dalish, I will be... See, that's the one thing. I haven't done much variety with the Dalish before, so I'm not entirely sure if I should let the Dalish live, let the werewolves live, or do the middle ground and have the Dalish clanmaster, whatever they're called, sacrifice himself to lift the werewolf curse. I'm not entirely sure on what I'm going to do with regards to the Dalish yet, but I'll let you guys know what I do end up doing in the end. What else is there? I've got all the DLCs installed, so Shale will be a permanent member of our party. Our party will pretty much consist of Shale as the tank, Morrigan for status and DPS and spell combos, because you gotta love Storm of the Century or Firestorm. Amazing spell combos there. And
I love computers because they
probably maybe Zevran for the rain, for the dexterity stuff. Not entirely sure who I'm gonna have that third slot go to. I don't really use a healer. As you might have noticed in the Binding of Isaac, I'm a bit of a berserker when it comes to combat, so, I mean, I don't really like using healing, and plus you get enough healing potions as it is that you don't really need a healer on your team. My warden is going to be Arcane Warrior, because I love the fact that with Arcane Warrior you can equip the heavier armors and dragon scale armor. It just works perfectly in my opinion. He's also going to be a blood mage because HP for mana is great. It can really help out when you're in a pinch, and if you have enough potions, I mean, why not? And the third specialization, I'm honestly not entirely sure yet. It could go most ways. It could go, of course, we get the trade convoy thing right after we lose a trade convoy. It could end up going for the shapeshifter, simply because I like the locust swarm thing because it gives you more movement speed. I could go for Keeper of the Forest, or whatever it's called, I forget. Keeper, maybe? It was? I can't really remember these things. For the Enviro stuff, or I'm not sure yet. But that's pretty much what the main two specializations are gonna be. I'll keep detailing the rest of the specializations that I plan on doing at a later time, though, because kind of getting close to the wrapping up point, to be perfectly honest, and I don't want to be going over that. I've only been doing half-hour sessions a day, and why are they attacking? Why? I didn't do anything to aggravate. Oh, I forgot about that explorer up there. Dang it, I wish... You know, that's something I'd like to see in a patch, is them notifying you when your explorer is about to die from miasma. That would be helpful. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to talk about. I'm going to be only doing half-hour recording sessions once a day until Saturday, when I'll go back to my bulk recording, because it's a little easier on me, to be honest, and with the fact that my boss is out of town, I don't have as much work, which means I'm not as stressed during the weekdays. Or rather, I'm not as tired during the weekdays. So, I'm gonna lose my artillery here because these stinking aliens are attacking for no reason. I mean, seriously, stop attacking. I gotta move back away. I gotta back away and heal now. So Far-Base 1 is gonna take even longer to take down. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. If you did, leave a like, a comment, or even subscribe to see more of my videos. Actually, I should make the announcement now. While I haven't gotten much Binding of Isaac feedback, I have been playing the game, so expect maybe 1 or 2 videos every now and then, like showing me getting through a hard layer or doing stuff like that. Also, I am likely going to be doing a Minecraft adventure map, but not just any adventure map. I'm going to be doing a hardcore adventure map. I believe it's called Running Red, I believe it's called. It's a blood magic one, and I love magic in all shapes and sizes, so a magical Minecraft mod, sign me up. Anyways, that's it for me for now. So I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope you enjoyed my videos, and see you next time.